live review of the Darkness Ablaze set, which is going to be quite interesting. And let me just adjust everything. Oh no, because I just want to adjust the whole thing, so this is not gonna... Yep, got it. Alright, so it's gonna come out 14th, right? So the pre-releases are next week. And this is the first time like they moved a set quite into the future for 2 weeks. And we got Eruption Walker and Infinity Zone. Those are the two Japanese sets. So here, of course, Pokebeach.com, we have to give credit to that, you know, check out the website. You probably know it. So yeah, those are the photos of cards. We don't really care about that. So we got some English text, don't mind. Okay, we can start with pre-release promos. You know, we can start with the 4 pre-release promos actually. The bot last night, so yeah, itch your fingers. Wait, I have to have chat closer to me. There we go. So the 4 pre-release promos. The Decidueye is first, and honestly I think the Decidueye great for... Honestly, Rowlet and Alon Executor deck. I see aggro with this. I honestly see that happening. You know, turn 1, aggro, bam, you've got this. I honestly think that might be a thing, due to the Deep Forest camo. Right? And it works on V and GXs. So not really on babies, but again, it's quite good. And if you're facing, you know, like Torkoal GX or like Torkoal GX, Torkoal V, Ninetales, like all of that stuff, Eternatus, this is a great card. Arctozolt. We got this conversation 2 days ago. I think this is a great card for the pre-release, and actually this is the one I want from the pre-release. I mean, we're gonna have all the staff promos, but like at a pre-release, this is the card I want to pull, just to, you know, show everyone, you know, and tell everyone to get good. Joking, but this is a great card, just, you know, for that ability. And this is whenever your opponent attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Yes, I will play the Decidueye badly, of course, but I will be giving it... Yeah, it's a stage 2, right? So what this actually does, if you pull one from a pack, you can have 2, maybe, you know, maybe you're lucky, maybe we'll have 3, but even in standard, you might have 3. And whenever like someone plays Welder, right, later on in standard format, they attach energy from hands, just like 6 damage counters, bam, already, because did that damage stack? No, with Alon, okay, so does he have to use a rare candy? No, it's a grass type, so you don't really go for a rare candy here. Because of the Alon Executor and Rowlet, so you just use their attack, and just like right now you have Rillaboom. But that can, yes. Hello, how's it going, Drev? Literally, that's what I said. This can stack, so if you have 4 of them, you've got almost 80 damage. The fossils could be a real pain if you could work them. That's true, but, you know, again, I like the new art, by the way, on fossils. Then we've got a card that definitely is going to go to almost every Dark-type deck. As a tech card with the Dark Squall Hydreigon. So as often as you like during your turn, you may attach a dark type energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So those are like great counters to each other, I'm not gonna lie, especially Arctozolt and Hydreigon. But this can be really annoying. It's a great engine for a dark type. They already have a great engine. They have Weevil GX that can move around. Now they have this to put from hand. But we know how this goes, because literally the same thing is Frostmoth. And we know Frostmoth was a bust. Like, not the best card ever. It was supposed to be. Everyone was praising it, because again, similar ability, not really happening. But here it says to one of your Pokemon, so you can put it on active. And I remember Frostmoth can only put on the bench, right? And we've got a Kangaskhan for the pre-release rally back, and that's Tom. You said, right? This is a great card for the pre-release due to the rally back. I think it's fine for the pre-release as a secondary attacker, but as a promo, I would not want to pull it. It's like I would rather have, you know, Arctozolt and just attack with Arctozolt, then, because this is the match that you have to just hit and just come back, because then it only deals 30, right? Okay, so what are your guys' thoughts on those 4? I'm gonna drink. Oh, this is gonna be a long day, dude. Oh, sorry. My mistake. That's gonna be a long day. So, Butterfree V and V Max. This is beautiful. Oh, I mean, it is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous looking card. What do they have here? Dizzying Poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. I see I'm going Cradily. And Blasting 130. Okay, this is not bad. But what do you have? The VMAX. So, 150, your opponent's active Pokemon is confused and poisoned. Right. That's it? I mean, okay, wait, like I said, that's it. But like, that's... It's like that's what I'm talking, you know. They put it on 300 HP, but it still can't one-shot everything. Which is good, because I really, you know, I like the fact that they're going away from this like one-shot meta. And that's what they should be doing. So yeah, definitely good here. I was incredibly here again. Yeah, like as I said, right? Remember, that's what you're gonna be doing. Paras, like I'm gonna, you know, focus on the ones that have abilities and like the bigger attackers here, because like the Paras, Parasect, you know, with heads your opponent active Pokemon is paralyzed. Like those are not doing enough to be even, you know. Besides the art is gorgeous. Dude. Oh, I mean, for a grass type deck, you're better off playing Rillaboom VMAX. That is true. If you have Cradily, he can be great, you know, for that effect. But he's, yeah, like for 300 HP, he's totally max. Like there's like nothing that. Because like Confuse and Poison, great. But when you think about it, we've got Toxicroak. So I think with the Toxicroak on the bench, just, you know, going for that poison a bit more, it might become something better, because like it kind of counts on that poison, right? Like if you will be able to hit those numbers, so like knock out your opponent's Pokemon as the turn comes back to you, I think that might be good. So this might be an idea of like a tier 5 type of deck, right? Toxicroak and this. Just like we've done Alolan Mook. This is kind of a similar thing, and this just has a little bit more HP. But again, like Mook could have healed himself. But it is, you know, it is an idea. Well, yeah, so you need to bring in a special condition support team. Yeah, like it has to have the whole deck built around it. Because on its own, yeah, it's not the best. Wait, wait, it has no free... Wait, there's no retreat cost on him. I mean, I feel like if played right, I mean, you would have to really play it right in terms of like bench sniping, you know, with boss orders. Like, it is doable. It is definitely doable. Sim Surge, like, again, focusing more on the abilities, because like going card by card literally would take me 5 years. So let's take a look at Rowlet. I don't know, like they're going down with the art. Like the Sword and Shield art was a bit better. Sky Circus, if you play the Bird Keeper from your hand... Ooh, wait. Bird Keeper, we gotta keep that card in mind. Bird Keeper from your hand during this turn, ignore all energy to attack. Okay. Yeah. But it's like, you know, it's nothing that goes with the Bird Keeper. But here, we've got this so you can attack for free for 60 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. It's not that bad for the pre-release. I think this is a great pre-release card. Honestly, I think it's a great pre-release card because probably, you know, you're gonna have that Bird Keeper. I think it might be in those pre-release kits. For standard format, that's a good question. I think it might kind of work for standard, you know, just chipping away those smaller mons your opponent have, but it is tricky. Datrix, Razor Leaf, 40 damage from 1 grass, it's fine. And then we got the Decidueye, we've talked about him previously, so it's 90 and 20 to 12 your opponent's benched Pokemon. Again, I wish it would do 40, or maybe 30 to 2, because like 20 is really low. Would be, there's the Decidueye is a promo. Yeah, I think, I mean, you know, when when everyone was going for, what was it, Unified Minds, I believe. Yeah, Unified Minds. You know, you had Necrozma as a promo, while none of those decks have, like, no, Tapu Fini as a promo, sorry, and there was, like, no Ultra Beast out there. So, I would not count for the Birdkeeper, but, you know, it might be. This is why with Zigzagoon Scoop. Yeah, but you have to play it with Zigzagoon Scoop, right? But it is doable. You can do that, you know. Shrine is out of the format. But it's good that they're bringing back spread damage to a certain degree. But I feel like they would have to ramp this damage up to target those bigger mons. But yeah, like 90, you know, and you prevent the damage from those bigger guys. I think it's a great idea of a deck. You know, you have Alana, Rowlet, and Executor, maybe 1 Rillaboom, you know, maybe 2, 3 Datrixes, and Decidueyes, and you just like keep attacking. Decidueye, Roxy Coughing, also a valid strategy. Yeah, I think there are possibilities, which is great, right? I think this is the set that will give you just really nice possibilities, because as we said, right, everything's like in a nice circle right here. So here, even though it's a grass type, I think it's going to be, honestly, for best of 1 online, that might be quite an interesting deck. Not a top tier, but definitely an interesting one. Golisopod, I wish he would be better, but he was, you know, he was in the standard format in the past, now kind of out of it, but 30, this attack does 50 more damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon V, and oh, never mind. Never mind. That can be something that grass type actually needed. I mean, it's a stage 1, it's not bad. You can kind of work it in few decks as a tech card. Hey Spider, yep, we're doing a live set review. We are, sorry for that, screen for a second, 12 minutes in, so no worries. How's it going, dude? Hello, good morning. So I honestly think this might be used as a tech card, just like Lupani was used in many decks. So this is not a bad card, actually. Because again, they are playing a lot. So let's say you're playing against Eternatus. Huh? You see what I'm going with it, right? They will play Crobat, so that's 1. They will play Eternatus V, at least 2 copies, that's already. 150, 180 damage from a baby card. I think this is a great idea, and I think we need to see more cards like that. This Golisopod can really be and again, we got Twin Energy, so we can just put that Twin Energy on him. Darkest but okay, like resistant, but hey. So that's still 150. I think it's solid 150, you know, on the dark type. But you're right, dark is resistant. No, isn't dark weak? Wait, some dark types were weak, right? Like I remember Sableye, for example, is weak towards grass, I believe. Or Obstagoon, one of those two. Weak to fighting. Wait. Obstagoon TCG. I'm right, like he's weak towards grass type. So some are weak towards grass type. Okay, so I was right here on Obstagoon. Okay, so honestly, you know, Poison is weak. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Dunlow. How's it going? So I think this is going to be a great tech card for many, and I'm kind of excited for a grass type now. I honestly am. I can't wait to play it. Now we're going to a fire type. So the fire type, as we know, that might be actually, realistically speaking, one of those types that will be on the rise, and it might be better and better and better as the format goes. Let me just drink for a second. because we talk about this full circle. So we've got a Charizard V. So for one, I'm gonna count it with welders, right? So for one welder you have 80. For like in 2 turns, so for 4 energy you have Fire Spin, but you discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. But again, you will have the special energy that will bring back the energy. So it kind of works here. But this Charizard, this is the one that is hyped to infinity because of this 300 damage attack that says discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. But again, if you play the special type energy, or you can go with welder, so there are ways, but I think the cost is the problem. The cost is just a huge problem. There are too many counters, there are too many things that are just putting back the energy or bounce it. But there are 2 ways to look at it. One, of course, the cost is huge and it's like bad card to play. But on the other hand, I kind of like the cost is big because it balances out. It's like you want to go big, you have to pay for it, right? So either, you know, there are definitely going to be few decks and people that, you know, be like, all right, I just want to go head first. I mean, it's one welder, hand attachment, special energy, and you put. But you can always, I think you can always work it out with like a few others. Meta dependent, add 1 vitality band and the first attack 1 hit KO. Zacian is 230, you still don't knock out. Vitality band is plus 10, so it gives you 220, you still miss. Zacian is, wait, Zacian, I have it here. Oh no, it is 220, you're correct, sorry. It's 220. But again, this is, if you're talking about, right, fire type, you're better off playing literally any other, even, you know, Ninetales V, because Ninetales V only go for 1 welder, right? And you just use Zacian's attack, and you don't risk 3 prize cards. So I think for that, if there would be no other fire type cards right now, like even Charizard at this point, that might have seen more play, but this is not worth risking 3 prize cards if Heatran GX is still in the format, and for, you know, and he can still 1-hit KO. If we got Ninetales V, if we've got, you know, Torkoal V, even Victini V. Right, but again, that's another Charizard, so you know that this is going to be an expensive card in general. Hunden V. Oh, I didn't know this card exists. So, what do we got here? Vengeful Flame. If your benched Fire-type Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 100 more. Ooh. So again, for 3 energies, look, you got Hunden. That is only two Prizer, and you can do a lot more. And that's actually a pretty cool card. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is a really interesting card, you know, that you have to have like damaged fire type mon on your bench. The art is gorgeous, that's true, and I think the strategy, just bouncing them off. Because, like, on one hand, you know, you will have some damaged mons on your bench, like, one way or the other, so, yeah. And this is a great, also, counter towards, if you think about it, any deck that likes to snipe your bench. Because there's a lot of bench sniping right now, so you just don't play Mew, or, you know, yeah, Skypla rotates out. You just don't play Mew, and you get that. But then again, they might avoid actually attacking those fire type. But, hey, honestly, I prefer Hundum than Charizard VMAX. Because again, like, here you have to evolve still. Because you can go like, yeah, you can put the Vitality Band. You still have to evolve into that. With, you know, with Torkoal, with, you know, with Ninetales, like, there's no need of evolving. You just put it and do it. And here, if you put it and do it, not really, right? It's 160, 100, and yeah, 200 damage. That would be 190. Sorry. Let's take a look at the Blaziken. Okay, mech art. This Pokemon is both... Ooh, fire and fighting type at the same time, well, you wanted the counter towards Eternatus, and well, let me tell you, that is... So they're going back to Diglett, because Diglett 2 sets ago was also 2 type, right? It was, I believe, psychic and fighting. I don't remember, maybe those 2, and it was great. I love that idea. And here we've got Turbo Drive for 1 welder, psychic fight. Thank you, Spider. We got for 1 welder, attach a basic card from your discard pile to one of your banned Pokemon. Okay, so you kind of, you can have this. You can maybe even have, the Libero ability, Cinderace. You can just, bounce it, attack, attach it. So you have the engine here on top of welder. It's a stage 2 though, so this might be tricky to accomplish, getting that. Because we know getting to that stage 2s is not always easy, but I think this is the card that if... I want to say, Chandelier, but Chandelier again, it's kind of clunky still. But it does work. But again, we made Diglett work, so this probably we're gonna make work as well. Heatran. What do we have in here? Because I'm also looking for the stuff from VGC. Okay. Alright, there we go. There we go, the most hyped card from the fire type, actually. The card that probably I'm going to build a deck, but this is going to be later, because this is going to be an expensive card, because people are starting to realize that this evolution, because, like Tom thought this is, it's going to be a mill deck. Scourge V Max, baby. So, first attack, a rating hit, you may discard an energy from this Pokemon. If you do, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So, not only you can have Amers, but you both discard, right? But you have a lot of engine, like Welder, to bring that energy back. You still got Fire Crystals and other ways to bring back to a Fire type. So this, if you go second, it's great. Because they already short on that 1 energy, especially if that is a Pikarom and you got rid of the special energy, they can't bring it back. Or anything else, or you just get rid of those special energies. Weakness Guard energy, for example. Really nice attack. Then, of course, Burning Train, 180, probably no one's gonna use that attack. But the most important part is over here, the evolution. So we got Scourge V Max. And the G Max Sentiferno for only 2 is 40 plus. This attack does 40 damage for each fire type energy attached to this Pokemon. You may attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon after calculating for this attack. Wait. You may attach a fire energy from the discard pile to this Pokemon after calculating damage for this attack. So, I'm gonna assume, because I think they're gonna release an FAQ for this card. You attack, damage happens, and you bring back energy. So this is automatically... Yeah, so you do 120 and you bring back 1 energy. So... Each turn you have more on top of welders that you're gonna play, on top of the special type fire type energy. So this is an auto. This is the knockout on your Zacian. So now if you compare this card to, because again you have to evolve it to Charizard VMAX. Scourge is like right here. And Charizard is still there in mines. Like he's just trying to dig himself out of this grave because he is dead out there. If you compare the two, in terms of attack and what they can do, even HP levels, and that is why this is this is like you will see a ton. It seems a nice card, but I'm not seeing the hype though. Alright, so you're not seeing the hype, and I kind of get it, but imagine this. Wait, I'm just gonna go down to that special energy. Let me go down. Because I know why you're not seeing it. Let me just go, where's the special fire type energy? There it is. It still gets 20 more HP. So you have 300 more HP, right? Like, sorry, not more, but 300 HP. But also, you can go for this, for powerful energy. You can go for that. Adds 20 more damage if you want to. So this kind of gives you this extra stuff. So depending on what you want, you can do it both ways. You can have either more damage or you can have more HP. And here 340. Oh, never mind. So on 340 HP, my mistake, sorry. For one welder, you already hit 160. For one welder. And we are going to the meta of 2 shots. So with 2 attacks, you're literally hitting those really high numbers that usually, you know, you would go and hit them with something else. The engine is there. Yep, hit me with the question. Actually, that's a okay. So that's a great thing. So actually, in Japan there is. No, you can't use special energy by welder. No, you cannot. So it will not play special energy. I'm gonna disagree with that. The fact that you will not be able to bring it from the discard pile, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna play it. Because you still have your welder, you still have that attachment, and you still have the extra energy. Then you can still go with tools. So for example, you can still play what is the tool? Plus 30 HP. So this gives you like 370 HP. You have a huge advantage. And even right now in Japan, I mean, no, you should not talk about Japan, not right now, but even in Japan, this is a deck that uses from 2 to 3 of those special energies to gain that upper hand, to get that advantage here, right? Because sometimes, you know, just getting this 10 more HP is a lot better. Still play speed energy, even though you can't Tapu Koko it. Exactly. Right? So, you know, the fact that, you know, you can't bring it back, this is not a good argument, because imagine if that 10 extra, you know, HP, 20 extra HP means win or lose, right? And you want to have that advantage. This every turn, but again, you have enough of stuff to discard, and to be honest, you're not gonna. Okay, so the whole point that is missed, because I think, you know, yeah, and the charm, but the whole point that is missed. You're not going to be using the ability every single turn from a discard pile, because you're not going to risk, like in the best of 3 scenario, or in any game scenario, you're not going to go and risk losing 4 to 5 energies that you have on him. Right? Like, not in this format. Like, in this format, you're going to probably have 4 energies on him, which will give you 200 damage, which is fine. And you're slowly going to go and keep attacking, keep pushing, but without going crazy, right? And you have to have a counter towards, again, Inteleon, VMAX exactly. And this is the thing. You're better off having 1 active, 1 benched, ready to go, with 4 energies on each, and then trying to, you know, then you can manipulate that, then actually just putting all in on 1, and then you're like, okay, am I gonna draw a welder? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? So I would not even, again, for a fire type, I would not even go that big on that discard pile, because if you go second, you have Volcanion, right? You have so much attachment from your own hand and from those things that discard pile is a great addition. But it's not something that is a necessity, because once you hit someone for 160 damage, right? So that's 4 energies on this mon. I mean, you still have to, you know, hit him second time, and it's like, do I want to put that 5th, 6th energy here, or just prepare my bench? And majority of the time, I can guarantee you're going to go and prepare that bench, because you still have to 2-shot it, right? And they're going to hit you back. And I feel like this is going to be one of those many problems that people will have. Like, at first, they're going to go all in with energy just for that. It's like, oh, I'm going to have a lot of, in this card pile, I'm going to have a lot of that. And then it's like, yeah, you got to play it more conservatively. Like, you can't go Charizard style, where you go, like, ton of energy, go. I mean, it's great to put ton of energy on him and just say go, but in the current format, you kind of have to, because it's a 2-shot format, you're going to have to be prepared always for something. There's no Victini, to bring back all of the energy. There are other things, and yeah, I think during like the last moments of the game, we might see him having more energy than 4, but I think like 4 is going to be 3 and 4. Like, I'm saying 4 because, if you attack with 3, you attach 1, and that's it. It's going to be enough. But at the same time, you still have Heat Factory, you still have other ways to discard that energy. So it's never going to be a problem. Like, even right now, if you play Fire type, or, whatever, like, and you don't have Fairy Flint, there's still, like, not a problem getting all this stuff to a discard pile, so 4 special doesn't hurt. You can go and watch my Electro deck, for example. We're playing 4 special energies there, yet we are required to go with Electro GX to bring back a ton of energy, because 5 from the discard pile, right? And I only play 8, and this is enough to pull the whole thing off, which kind of shows that, you can go full frontal on it, but you can have this plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? So yeah, and even if there's going to be a mirror match, you have to have this something that will, give you that edge. In the past, when there was Pikarom dominating, that thing was Wobbuffet. That's what you were doing, right? You played your own Tapu Koko, then you slammed that Wobbuffet, and, well, your opponent's Tapu Koko couldn't done nothing, because it was not working. So again, those little things here. Great card, honestly, tier 1 right away. This is the card that should be hyped, and definitely this is the card that should be praised. Tough matchup for Inteleon, against Inteleon deck. Galarian Mr. Rhyme, let's move on. That was, whew. Dude, we're half an hour in. Alright, Mr. Rhyme. Shuffle down. So once during your turn, you may choose one of your opponent's face down prize cards and switch it. Wait. One of your opponent's face and switch it with their top card from their deck. Okay, I mean that's interesting for control decks, if they exactly know what might be prized. Yeah, that's quite intriguing. Militech, once in your turn you may heal 20 from each. Oh, there we go. That's Rema's favorite. But 20 is not that big. But I mean, having 1 Militech definitely is gonna help. Yeah, that Prism Jirachi, right? But like, it says your opponent, so it's not you putting that Prism Jirachi there. It says one of your opponent's face down prize card. So yeah, you can actually, yeah, get rid of their Jirachi. That's right. But here, like, this Milotic, I think is gonna see some play. Yeah, exactly. Gotcha. You just get rid of that Jirachi, true. So yeah, this beautiful Milotic art, gorgeous. So Rema, what do you think about this Milotic? Because again, you're the fire type, water type gym leader here. No worry, Tom. We're gonna go to lightning type. No worries. Because I think this might work. And I feel like water type kind of needed healing like that, because they are not receiving this water special type energy. So heal, not bad. Relicanth. Oh, and okay, I thought that's it. well, underwhelming at the moment, but we'll give it a go. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, we can use it. And oh, we got water type theme deck with Darmanitan. So wait, that's the heart of Darmanitan. 80 damage, 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's not bad for a theme deck. 170 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't use. Yeah, that's a solid for water type and like theme deck. That's true, like Meltic is stage 1, so it depends like how you can, you can pull it off. I think you can, but we'll see. Vanillux, once on your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, when you flip a coin, okay, already, another Rema's favorite. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. That is ability. I mean, it's a stage 2 again, so that kind of creates that problem. Can be fun at the pre-release, definitely. But you have, this might see a bit of play in a control deck. But you have to, pull it off as a stage 2. Because, like, right now you're better off playing... No, you can't play that Mareep. Mareep goes away. Because ability is cool, but it's just like if it would be on like a stage 1, I think it would be more used. Because like I have in mind like the whole deck, right? When you have a free treat cost on him due to the tools, paralyze, you shift for something else, for for Lily's Pokédoll, and you stall. So this might work. Lily's Pokédoll stall with this Will was it? That, gets you the coin flip that you need. But, again, stage 2, right? But an idea of a stall deck, right there. Let's move on. Dracovish. Oh, there we go. We got if there's no Fish's Rent, there's no Fish's Rent. Okay, so, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve their Pokemon. Hey Dominic, how's it going, dude? Isn't Will... I think it's for every coin flip, but it might be for attacks only. Huh. I mean... This is really interesting, because this one-shots... Centiskorch... I don't know, like this... The ability is not bad, but it has to be an active Pokemon, which kind of is annoying. But if you want, if you want to play around stopping your opponent evolving... Ability and trainer card. Okay, so it works. Okay, so Will works for the coin flip. Great. Yeah, because I told you, it's for everything. And we got Arctovish. Just regular attacker. 6 less damage. Alright, so not... Okay, so in that part, we don't have the Wailord. So the Wailord is... wait, where's Wailord? Are we gonna have more water type? Wait, Wailord is not in the... No. Not in this set? Huh. I thought it's in... Wait. Let me go up. Okay, wait. Ah, there we go. So, okay, so some cards from Infinity has been... Oh, they've cut those... Okay, so those the cards that have been cut. Oh. Okay, alright, let's go back here. Hey, Easy, how's it going, dude? No VMAX lock and boss all this out, Centiskorch. Yeah. Alright, Lightning type. Vikavolt. Another hyped card. high profile card right now, being really good in Japan. But how it really is? Well, we've got a paralyzing bolt, 50 damage during your opponent's next turn. Your opponent can't play any item cards from their hands. We got an item lock over here, which, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind item locks, but we're losing Thunder Mountain, so it is getting harder to pull it off. But still, you can do it turn 1. It's not that hard. You can go for Green's version. You know, that will definitely help you to achieve that. Right? But not a fan of it. Super Zap Cannon, 190 damage, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Again, the first attack, great. Second one, it's fine, you can just keep bringing back the energy. But, I don't know, I would rather play Coco. 3 retreat cost. So I feel like, you know, this is the one that, you know, is going to be annoying here at his first attack. Maybe later just go for the second, but Thunder Mountain was like the thing that was helping this card, definitely. We got Toxtricity, Pinkerchin, Arctozolt. We talked about Arctozolt already. Yes, so this is the Darkness Ablaze, so that's coming out August 14th. Yes, August 14th. Mew. So we got a Mew V. X-Ball for 2 Psychic type. This attack does 30 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so I mean, this is not the craziest card. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's turbo bad. Depends on what deck you're facing, but yeah, like, you will not hit those higher numbers. It's okay. What else do we have, like, that's worth actually anything? Like, I'm checking, don't worry. We got Mimikyu with Heal Stop. Your opponent's benched Pokemon can't be healed. Hey Christoph, good morning. That is actually a pretty cool card. That is actually a pretty cool card, that your opponent's benched Pokemon can't be healed. Definitely helps, but if you're playing against, you know, Hundun, that is like, you know, something you'll, yeah, it will really annoy you. But it's interesting that they're putting something like that. Okay, we got a Sinistea. You may discard, okay, Sinistea, there we go. Apparently stops Malo and Lana. Yes, so this should stop Malo and Lana, so they're only gonna switch. That is correct, because heal is on the bench and then there's a switch, because that's the motion, right? You gotta heal and then the switch. That's how it happens. So it does stop Malo and Lana, and when I think about it, because of that, this might actually be played instead of Mew in many decks. Maybe instead of Mew. They're locking their own cards. Well, not really. No, like, first effect you gotta heal, and then you got, I mean, like, it stops it still, because this is a whole one motion. Wait, I'm thinking about it. I think it's heal and then switch. In terms of, like, the movement. I mean, it's still a card that comes into play from the bench. And it's not an active Pokemon before the heal happens. Still. Because it's still in the motion of doing. If you feel me. So it should stop Malo and Lana, but we'll see that in action probably. Again, you see, there are a few cards that will need FAQ for them, and I can't wait to get that FAQ. I'm gonna share it probably with you, if I will be able to. Oh yeah, wait, the other way around, because it okay, you heal... Wait, no, heal 120 damage from Pokemon, you moved to your bench, so wait. You switch and yeah, you're right. Other way around, I was thinking other way around, yeah, it's switch and then it... Okay, so it heal happens on the bench. All in all. And the bench Pokemon can't be healed. Yeah, because like... Got it. Got it now. Forgot how Melanana works. For a second. Okay, you know, that was a bit of a brain fart. Are we back? Yes, it stopped Melanana because the healing happens on the bench and you can't heal bench. So this actually stops Melanana. But wait. But it's only on your opponent. We got Poltergeist. What do? You must. Oh, here it's a strong word. Must. That is such a strong word. You must discard a Pokemon that has the Mad Party attack from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. Mad Party 20 times. This card does 20 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile that has Mad Party as an attack. Okay, I haven't seen any other mon with Mad Party. Oh no, there is. Okay, so there is the Den, eh? Right, so we got this. Dude, that's a party. That is a Night March, dude. That is a Night March. What the hell? Wow. I mean, okay, like we've got not okay. There's not enough mons with that party. Wait, like I'm gonna have to go through all of the attacks because we got the Dene, we've got Sinistea, those two. Do we have any other partying mons? Thunderbolt. I haven't seen any other. Because I feel like there should be like at least 2. Yeah, but I think this is gonna be like another, yeah, Lost March type of deck. That might actually be a dark horse of this set. Wait, reflect. Like if I'm gonna find like one more card with the party, but I don't think we have. I mean, if I'm gonna find like a grass type that wants to party. To the party zone. They lost the way. Okay, can grass type party, or grass type is not a party type? Nope. But it's like all day and night, yeah. But this is quite intriguing. I mean, like I moved, you know, past that, then I'm like, yeah, you know, there's nothing here. So, is the new pack worth it? The new set? The new set is always worth it. Is the Mad Party worth it? I would say yeah. Like if they're gonna do more cards with that attack, probably. But alright, so there's like, I don't see any more cards with this attack at all. So let's go. We got Diglett. I mean, like now I'm gonna be looking at those attacks. Right, we've got Ronitar. It's kind of like a self-mill type of deck. Discard 5 cards from the top of your deck. Well, let's see a Flygon. So if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon can't retreat. Anything to watch out for? Many. So from Centiskorch to many. We're like in the middle. So Centiskorch definitely VMAX is like the card right now for me. From Cent, but Arctozolt again, he stacks, and there's so many things. Like I'm recording it, so no worries. I'm recording, so you'll be able to watch it, you know, to that point. Desert Gazer, 130 damage. If your opponent has a stadium in play, discard it. If you do during the opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done. Okay, I mean, it's a stage 2 again, but it's not a bad stage 2. I mean, this is not bad. Ooh, Ryperior, baby. Let's take a look. Drillaron, 80 damage, discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Similar to Inteleon, I would say. Heavy Rock Artillery, 210 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't use... Okay. Honestly, nothing crazy, to be honest. I mean, you can play it in a Fire-type deck, though. Because you just go Aurora Energy, Welder, and you go for it. So this might be a tech card for Fire-type. Or maybe not, you know. I think that might end up being a tech. EF3 ranges for the first attack, yeah. It's like even knocking out the Dane with one shot, you're better off just using something else. Galarian Surfetched, hey, there we go. That's a second theme deck. Meteor Assault, 180 damage. Okay, it's the same card. Alright, so if you want to see this deck, because it's the same card that is right now in Rebel Clash, the whole deck around this card for standard format, actually I've already made. This might be quite good to go with standard later. So yeah, thumbs up here, but I'm looking for a party. But before we're gonna party, we've got Galarian Slowbro, card number 99, Galarian Slowbro. Dude, like we're 1 hour in. Alright, Galarian Slowbro. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may leave your opponent's active Pokemon poisoned. Toxicroak and this. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Opponent Pokemon can retreat. So this is like a poison type of deck. Yeah, I mean, I can see that happening. But I don't know, like I mean, I like a good poison deck, but I'm not, like, super keen on that. You know, the weakness, yeah, it doesn't hurt that much, but, like, here... In fact, you can't, use this, that your opponent can't retreat. There's still a switch, there's still, like, Malon Lana, so, I don't know, like, 130... Let's see, you have to have, like, really nice Toxicroak. Oof, Rema, you've lost it. No. Okay, so let's look if we're gonna have some party here, because I feel like in the dark type we should have some party. Ariados. Looking good. He doesn't like to party though. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's evolution Pokemon with their active Pokemon. Bloodthirsty Eyes, this is literally it. This is Lycanroc Bloodthirsty Eyes, but only working on evolution Pokemons. Really good dark type card. Like, dark type is getting all the love here. I'm eating some of the yummiest. What soup? Any dark type monster that are even average becomes better because of the Eternatus deck. Yeah, I'm like this, this is a really good card, honestly. But we're losing Ditto. I think if the Ditto would still be in the format, Eternatus will love that. You have to figure out when the deck stops to be clunky and it starts to work. Is this card going to be played in Eternatus? I honestly think not. Just because it's stage 1 and when we don't have Ditto anymore. I feel like if we would have Ditto still in the format post-rotation, that would be a great tag that you can just put when you need it. But for the whole deck, because it's a stage 1, I think Eternatus is going to be a deck that you want to play basics a lot more, because basics will fill up that bench a ton faster than just going for stage 1s, and they can just go for bosses all this. So this, not great. I mean, like, again, you still have to go for the Spinarak first. Yeah, but again, like, you gotta figure this out first. What if, because you have to play with a ton, you just, actually giving your opponent opportunities, because imagine you're gonna start with it, and you're gonna break, or, you're not gonna see Eternatus. or you know, will not be able to retreat. Those are easy cards to snipe. Like if you know, if you'll be playing against bench sniping decks, those are easy targets, and Eternatus can't have those easy targets. And on the other hand, you do want to have a space for something else. You know, you have Boss Oldest, you're gonna probably play that, Simply Caitlyn to bring it back. Not necessarily going for that spin. I would say this: if there would be a Dedenne, not Dedenne, Ditto. I think if Ditto would be here, yeah, maybe. I think it's going to be a different deck. I think it's going to be great for Toxic Rogue decks, for Garbodor decks, for a few other dark types, but not necessarily Eternatus. It's going to feel clunky here, because just too many mons, and when you have so many mons, I think it's 5,000. 333 is, I believe, giveaway. When you have too many mons, the deck gets clunky, you know, because you don't have... Because I'd rather have one more Boss Orders than having two of those. So it's like 2 for 1. Who'll be playing with Eternatus? Just Crowbar and Goons? No. You go for other cards. You go for Weevil GX, right? You go for Tyranitar tag team. You can go for Zoro Ninja. Probably you will see some other dark type. You know, Crobat, 4 copies definitely easy. Zoro Ninja is going to be played, so you'll have, you know, so many mons on the bench already that adding another one, you know, is just going to make it clunky, right? So, but again, Goons and Crobat, I don't think there's anything wrong with those. Goons, great addition, you know. Crobat, sure, because you can still just, you know, have this whole motion with Zigzagoons and just putting the damage on your opponent. So yeah. Another bike. We've got a Crowbar V. There we go. I mean, I don't think this card needs an introduction. Tier 1. Literally a tier 1 card. To play this Pokemon on your bench, draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. You can't use more than 1 each turn. It's Shaman. Top tier. This card is going to be definitely played, and they're gone. It's going to be played in many decks, just like Shaman is. With the Dedenne, I'm not talking about Eternatus, I'm talking about others. So you'll have turn when you're gonna go for the Dedenne, then you're gonna have Crobat, and then you're still gonna have something else. Found the tag team, especially Zoro Ninja, to be a liability, but I'm sure there'll be lots of versions. I mean, I'll tell you this. It all depends on, like, if you're talking about local, right? Because I think, you know, if you're talking about local stuff, it depends what people like. Remember, Zoro Ninja was still, you know, in the top 64 in World Championships. It's a great card, but it's just a matter of putting, you know, the right stuff in. I honestly think Eternatus is overhyped. I think this is the card that is gonna, you know, be pricey, but without play Pokemon, again, even with play Pokemon, it's not gonna be... It's just overhyped. It's just a bit overhyped. Oh, sorry, but it's not... Okay, it's not on my side, though. Like, on my side, everything is fine. Sorry, Ram. So, yeah, like, we can have that. And the thing with, you know, when I hear, like, local team, you know, or a team that, you know, of players that are local, I want challenges with Eevee box. Right? So... if we're taking into consideration a local meta or like a local flavor, you gotta have, you know, take a lot of things into consideration. And again, I've beat Reshazats with Eevee Box, but I just had a perfect amount of counters towards those decks. When you have to, you know, the way you have to look at Eternatus is, can it be good in the best of 3 scenario at a proper tier 1 event where all I'm gonna face is probably gonna be Dragapult, probably Centiskorch V Max that can hit really, really hard, and a few other decks with the players that I don't know. Because when you're testing against the players that you don't know, you kind of know their moves. You kind of know what they're doing. It's great to test with, with people that you know, but also it's good to test with someone that you've seen for the first time. And this is the thing, because they might actually do something you never expected anyone to do. So yeah, I would, I wouldn't like go down, because again, great thing is, and that's a great example. I've said it many times. When Trickajim was playing his Pikarom, I said he can bring his Pikarom to my country and he would be just beaten every single time because of the meta that is here, right? That's around me. But my version probably in his meta where he lives would be beaten as well. So this is kind of like worlds clashing, continents clashing. So you have to be aware of that. And PCGO is best of one. Honestly, in best of one, everything is going to be good. And Centiskorch VMAX, it's a top card. What do we have here? Darkrai, let's go. Like the art. Clash of the Titans. But that's true. Like, you can't, there are things that you can't compare. I mean, I would never go and compare, like, Polish meta to German meta. Just because they are completely different. But at the same time, I wouldn't go and compare European to American meta. Because, again, they are different due to the fact that you've got a lot less players, a lot less places, and people are not really spending that much money on cards in Europe. So it kind of gives you this like weird flavor. Great example, out of nowhere, Robin Schulz, Gyarados from Team Up, right? Out of nowhere, no one thought about it. In the whole team up set, at the end, bam, it happened. So those are those little things you have to keep in mind. That's why Players Cup was it's still deckless from tournament. Exactly. Like, I mean, again, I was so mad whenever I had to play against like two specific players in my local area, because those were like the only players that played Fairy Charms. And Fairy Charm kind of annoys Pikarom, right? Or like you've seen that they were playing that against Mew 3 decks, and like people were surprised by it. It's not a deck that is like out there because it has a ton of bad matchups, but like locally it might have a huge success, even in the cups, right? So. And there's also a different level when you're testing for regionals, when you want to go for regionals. For internationals than when you're testing for a cup. Like in the cup, you're prepared for the weird. For regionals, you're prepared for the top tier, right? But I still think Zoro Ninja is going to be played with Eternatus just because of the movement of energy, and I think Drudigon is the dark type in the stage 2, as well as going to be played just for that hand attachment of the energy, because that deck has time to do that, and I think it's going to be great. If this Pokemon has Dark type energy attached to it, takes 20 less damage from attack. There you go. Not bad. Hydreigon, yeah. I mean, it's still going to be played for that. And even even the Zoro Ninja, right? Let's keep it here for a second. If you have a great stage 2, you're gonna play Zoro Ninja for the GX easily. If you think, and that's why Hydreigon might actually be played, because that's what you want to do. You're probably gonna just go discard the Hydreigon, play a GX, bring it back, and there he is on the bench during your turn 2. Right at the end of your turn 2, and at that point you can just do whatever with energy. Right? GX or EX? Then my mistake, sorry. I mean, still Incineroar, right? Like, that's what it was doing. Yeah, I remember you were checking it. Yeah. But it's like, those are great cards still. Tyranitar and Sableye, great tag team. It requires a lot of energy. but it gets us one extra prize card. But what's the name of your local team? Just curious right now. Still looking for the party though. So we got Hydreigon. Right, we talked about him. Nasty Plot. Still no party though. Like, no one likes to party. So I think it's gonna take a while for the party deck to actually start doing stuff. You know, like if there's not gonna be like at least 4 more cards, or at least 3 more, let's say, then I don't think this is gonna be, you know, it's gonna work. A Grimmsnarl. 220. What do we got? Bite and Spiky Knuckle. Put 2 dark type energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. Okay. This attack does 50. Okay, we got VMAX. Gmax Drill, 170 damage. This attack does 50 damage for each dark type energy attached to this Pokemon, but not used to pay for this attack. There we go. I mean, yeah, this might be quite interesting. Eternatus. I'm gonna go straight to VMAX. So if you play this Pokemon, if all of your Pokemon in play are Dark type, you can have up to 8 mods on your bench and can't put non-Dark type Pokemon into play. Its ability stops working this card from your bench until you have 5. 30 damage for each Dark type Pokemon in play. Again, great card. My problem is filling up the bench, because it's easy to have 5 mods on your bench. With 8, you really have to work in current standard format, because you will not have Elm, you will not have many cards that you have right now. I mean, we've done, you know, Snorlax VMAX deck that was similar, and it was okay. Like, it was never like amazingly good. And here, you know, I honestly, if like, yeah, like being totally honest, I think this is gonna be an okay deck. For overhyped, I think that this might actually become another Reshiram, and before the Pokemon play will resume, everyone will be like, why I've purchased that card for that money. That's what I honestly think. It's a great card for that, and this is why everyone says, yeah. But I feel like if people are going to start playing Erika, I would say this. This is going to be another story of... No, like... They listen to me, Christoph. This is going to be another Reshiram, which is going to flop. That's what I honestly think. And the reason is, it might have a high playability ratio at first, right? Like, at first it's going to be played like crazy, probably. Wait, let me just go back with music. It's going to be played like crazy, just like Dragapult was. But just take a look what happened to Dragapult. At the end of Rebel Clash season, everyone knew how to play against it. Everyone had a counter to it, right? And this is the thing. This is a card that's going to be probably good at first, but the longer it's going to be in the format, the more ways are going to be to play against it. And it is literally the same with every single deck that is hyped like that. Yeah, because like it's just overhyped. Because like if you want to compare it, right? Let's just, you know, wait, what isn't the damage that it can hit? That's, wait, 30, so that's 90, 180, 200 and what? Is it? Yeah, 140. No, it's 30 times. 70? Wait. I feel like 240. Yeah, it includes the active, yeah. Including, no, the active. We didn't include the active, it's 9. Okay. So it still has to two-shot Centiskorch VMAX. it still has to two-shot many of those mons. So you kind of, you know, have this whole build-up. I mean, again, I'm not sold on that. You know, you have to evolve into it. You have to just get... I know what were the problems with Snorlax. Because it's kind of the same principle, right? But Snorlax, you know, again, was only counting the bench. I honestly don't think... I mean, Zoroark GX was a different story, right? Like, Zoroark GX, you know, that was a consistent deck. That, you know, you had this draw power. Here, you gotta ask yourself, like, am I gonna... Because, you know, just imagine that scenario. Am I gonna be risking my opponent going for Erika's Hospitality and just, you know, let's say even, you know, just giving them all that energy that they need, right? If they're gonna, you know, play like 2 Prizer. Let's say, you know, you will not have that Weevil GX. If you're gonna face Torkoal, of course you're gonna one shot, you know, knock out Torkoal, but you're gonna discard those 2 energies, so you have to be building it up. Like, you see what I'm saying? I know my problem was with Snorlax. I was playing Minchinos and Chinchinos just to get the draw power. And if you're gonna focus only on Crowbar V, this is not... With modifiers. What modifier you have other than the band right now? You got 280 damage with the band. There's like no other modifiers in the dark type, or am I missing something? Dark type doesn't have any other modifiers in terms of attack. Because my problem is this: like, if you'll be able to play Garbodor and Toxicroak, yeah, but you have to build to those. This is still like you have to draw that. You still have to have... Again, this is the thing. This is the ideal scenario when you have full bench of 8, you've got an active, and you still have a nice hand, and you can still draw into those cards that you need. Which might be, you know, might be not easy. Because again, Toxicroak, you have to evolve into it. So evolution instances, you know, you have to evolve into Garbodor. So there's just a lot of pieces you have to have, right? That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going. If this card there we go. So yeah, Tom, take care, mate. Have a fantastic rest of the day. So, if this card would be able, you know, if you'll be able to play other mons like the Danaes, the other drawing power, sure. But if you're gonna go and just focus on that, again, listen, you have to evolve into Eternatus, you have to evolve into Garbodors, you have to evolve into that, into everything. It's not that easy, and you're relying on a Crobat and supporter line as your drawing powers, because you can't play Chinchino, you can't play Dedenne, you can't play like other mons. There's no like dark type draw power that will, you know, you'll attach the energy and, you know, maybe capture energy, you can go with that. That makes sense, you know, because you have 1 color less on the Eternatus. You can do that, capture energy, have a basic, great, but you're still gonna, you know, miss a lot, right? So again, for the perfect scenario, it's a great deck, it's a great card. I do think if you figure all the circumstances, it is a bit overhyped. Like, it's overhyped. It's just like Reshiram. We had the same, you know, conversation with Reshiram when everyone was like, yeah, but you play Niganadals, you play this and that, you hit those super high numbers, whatever. It's like, great. But everyone was talking about those like really specific scenarios. But you're not gonna have the same scenario in 3 games in a row, or in 9 rounds in a row. So there's like let's say 3 games. Okay, let's be generous. You're gonna win everything. So it's like 18 games in a row. Some rounds will have 3. I feel like this deck is gonna be beaten by decks that are consistent. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It can 2-shot, but it can also be 2-shotted. But then when you're gonna play bench like that, what I want to say is, let's just go here on the Crowbat, right? Where is it? Where's the Crowbat? I missed it somewhere. 180. You will still have, let's say you're gonna go and play those Garbodors, those Toxic Rogues. Do you really think, you know, Fire type is not gonna play what it was, the flying little fella that can shot bench for 160. I forgot the name of. Of course they will. They will shut this down. There are still boss orders. So that's my thing. If we're gonna, you know, like compare 2 shots, it kind of falls into that category of like, okay, who's gonna hit first? Cramran, there we go. Because let's say, you know, Centiskorch VMAX hits first. This cannot knock out Centiskorch VMAX with 1 hit. You would have to have all the Zigzagoons, you know, you have to have... I'm using Pokebeach, I'm here. You have to use, you know, Zigzagoons, you have to use other things. So it just takes a lot of effort, right? I feel like if Zoroark GX would be in the deck, it would be in the format. Oh, dude, that would be a tier 1 deck easily, because you can just browse through the deck. You know, you can just go for that library. So this is my whole point. I'm not saying it's a turbo bad deck or a card, but what I'm saying is it does not deserve that hype. But I know why we get this hype because of course, Dragapult. But Dragapult, if you look, you know, if you look at the Players' Cup, it's like, well, you can see him a few times, but Pikarom is still dominant. Pikarom adapted to dominate that. Baby Blaze came back, which again, I do apologize for all the Baby Blaze players. It's a great deck. There's still gonna be control decks, you know. There's still gonna be, you know, other decks are gonna be and that. So for the specific scenario where people want to use it for Dragapult, this is tier 1. Against others, this is a problem. That's what I think. And you should not pay the price for that. Like, honestly, if you want to invest in cards right now, Eldegoss, the Danish, just invest in cards that you're gonna actually need. Because there's like literally no difference in between, you know, going for Centiskorch VMAX, having 4 energy on it, or like even 3, right? So that's 160 damage. You attach 4th one and you knock it out next turn. And the difference is literally, there's like no even difference in HP because you're gonna probably play the special fire type energy. Right? So it's the same, while there you got a different engine, you know, you can just still do. And imagine if someone's gonna start playing Amas on it, or start gonna manipulating that energy here. Which is also a problem of a Dragapult, right? Because if someone starts manipulating, they have Malamar, so they bit, you know, but it's gonna lose. Exactly. So like, that's the thing. So I mean, it's hard yet. Yeah, like I mean, Centiskorch slowly has a target on its head. Like, it's getting hyped more and more and more and more. And then the reason, and it should be the same as Crowbar. Like, those cards should be hyped. But I honestly think this is another Reshiram. And this comes from a person that actually received 1 Reshiram from Easy, purchased 2 others, right? And yeah, guess what happened? Right? there's like not even a point of playing that, because it was so clunky IRL. And I know you can disagree with me, and I get it, you know, just like Righteous, like, oh, Revan, you're great. Ideal scenario active, but like, I know if someone is hyped for the card, whatever I'm gonna say, you know, it might offend them and everything, but I'm just trying to give you reasons. And I think if someone wants to be prepared for Eternatus, if you think this is the best card ever, what I recommend is building right now a Snorlax VMAX deck. And it's not even like a joke. Build that deck, I have it on the YouTube, and you will exactly see why I'm not really keen on that. Because like Snorlax is a great, you know, you have Welder, you're gonna hit hard, it's great, you know, attacker, you can have many things, but just keeping that bench also, right? Because you're gonna play, let's say, Weevil GX, great, so I can be boss orders. That Erika, you know, draw off 8 cards, like additional 8 cards, because, you know, then you have like 10, 12 cards. Because like, I think Erika has play was like, when you have 4, you can draw 4 amount of your opponent mons. I don't think you want to give your opponent that draw. I don't think, you know, you want to give that chance to your opponent. And because this card has a target on his head, as you said, Dan Law, and I agree with that, people will start playing Erika. As this is gonna see less and less play. Yeah, like, that's true. As this will see less and less play, we'll probably go from 4 to 2 Erikas. And we'll see what happens. I think for this deck to be great, what would have to happen, we would have to literally have Sword and Shield upwards format. Sword and Shield upwards format, and that will be so good. And for that, I would definitely agree, like, yeah, easily great deck. There's like no Welders, like no ADPs, no Zashians, you know, no other things that are like annoying, no other heavy hitters, or like no other engines that are happening, right? But here, like, my hands are tied, right? So just don't overpay for it, honestly. And again, this comes from someone that overpaid for restrooms. Okay, so I think that's that. I'm gonna finish here. Online, again, if you pull it, great. People know how to counter the most. Yeah, but like the whole thing, I know I'm kind of getting into a rant. Like, I'm gonna finish with that slowly, and we're gonna move to other cards that we're gonna play. The whole thing is that there's no play Pokemon, so like no one's gonna verify best of 3 of this. And as long as there's no play Pokemon, there's like no point of getting that card, because you don't know. Let's say we're gonna come back in February. You don't know if in November and February there's not gonna be better cards coming out. That's why Fire type is like a safe bet, because, you know, you can still play your Reshiroms, you can still play your Welders, you can still play other cards. Metal type, Scissor and Scissor VMAX. What do we have in here with Scissor VMAX? Hard Scissor, okay. 9 damage next turn, this Pokemon 30 less damage, and 190. But it is like having, you know, having this active, because you have to have a stage 2, right? Stage 1, sorry. All good, right? All good. I was like really into the whole thing, because like I had so many conversations about it, and I mean, the whole shtick is I did test against it, and it had literally problems with Falnix. Barely beating it. So ideal scenario is having stage 1 Pokemon active and the other ones. Okay. What else do we have for Metal type? Another stage save. This Pokemon full HP gets knocked out by damage. Okay. So this kind of Heracross type of deal again, stage 2, so I wouldn't, you know, be kind of crazy on that. Stunfisk. Okay, so this is another card that I've seen being kind of hyped. Oh, okay. Alright, so we agree. So high five, all cool. Hugs and kisses. Alright, so this is the card that I did receive a few messages about. So, ability is kind of cool, because for each male type energy you have 20 more HP, and you still have Melcario in the format, so it is kind of like funny deck. Entrapping Bite, it's 60, but during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put 12 damage counters on attacking Pokemon. So now let's just go like that. Let's say you're gonna have a charm on it, so that's 230. Let's be generous, 3 energy, which gives you 280, right? Like this is a really good deck. So 2 Prizer that can deal 112 damage counters back. This is a really fun deck. Not a tier 1, definitely, but I think with Melcario, so when you're gonna use Melcario's GX with proper tools, it's great. The 210, that would be a bit better, but still, it is a fun little thing. And at the same time, you can play Zamazenta if you want to be annoying to Eternatus, just saying, or to Scorch. And you don't have DCE. Yeah. Alright, what else do we have here? Wise Bacardi, thanks so much for the follow. This is the card that Rema is hyped about. Rema, are you here? Are you hyped about this beautiful card? There we go. And we got Mel Goggles. But Mel Goggles 30 less damage, and you can't put damage counters, right? So we got 4. What do they have in here? Revenge Stomp. Okay, this Pokemon can't be affected by special conditions. Great. 120 damage. If any of your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, the stack does. Wait, this works with Hundun. How does it ever beat Zamazenta? The only way, honestly, it would, because like there's nothing that cuts down abilities of V cards, or shuts down those abilities. In the Dark type, of course. In the Dark type. This is a great card with Hundun. Just saying. I would like to see Hundun Raja deck. Kangaskhan's. Salamence, oh hello. Ability of V card, yeah. Swoop across of 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. They're trying too hard for that spread. It's not gonna happen. It's not enough. This deck does 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. And here 240. I mean, the thing is, they're gonna go with Zoro Ninja, for example, like whatever GX for the Dark type. But at the same time, if you want to go with the idea of poison, you can just, poison your opponent's Pokemon and just like wait until they get knocked out. Evolves to Diglett. Dude, I've spent so much time there, but let's go to those beautiful things. Okay, wait. Flying Taxi, just because it looks good. Once on your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve Pokemon, you may choose one of your Pokemon, return Pokemon all cards attached to your hand. Again, great idea, but that is stage 2. But we got a big Parasol. So we're gonna dance under the umbrella. As long as as the Pokemon this card is attached to is an active spot, prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Done to all of your Pokemon. Wait, what? Wait. You must play as many... You may play as many item cards. Okay, we know that. Wait. As long as Pokemon this card is attached to is an active spot, prevent all effects of attacks from your opponents. Okay, so it does not... Okay. So this is... Not... Wait. I hope so. I mean, it's an interesting thing, definitely. This is kind of like a channeler, but from the other side. Not bad. Billowing Smoke. I like the art. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack of your opponent's Pokemon, that player discards. Do you think Nurse will run a single Darkrai Umbreon? Yes. Yes, they will run it. But I think also, you know, they might run Weevil GX. I think the first versions might run it. Price cards that will take for knockout. Okay, that's quite interesting tool. But oh, we got a Bird Keeper. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon if you do draw 3 cards. This is the one that goes with Datrix. No, with Rowlet. Sorry, with Rowlet. Cape of Toughness. There we go. Speaking of stuff, imagine putting this on Centiskorch or Eternatus later. The basic Pokemon... No, it's basic. Ha. Ha ha ha. But it's good for the basics. So, Choo-Choo, Pikarom. The basic Pokemon this card is attached to gets 50 more HP, except GXs. So Vs and others definitely will benefit from this. Familiar Bell. Sandaconda. Yeah, I mean, like, we'll see, you know, how many versions we're gonna have. Zacian is gonna definitely play that cape. Oh, yeah. Ninetales V, Torkoal V Max, Torkoal V. Search your deck for a Pokemon with the same name as the Pokemon in your discard pile, reveal it and put it into your hand. This goes for the new Night March type of deck. Glimwood. Once on each player's turn, that player flips a coin for an attack. They may ignore all results of those coin flips and begin flipping those coins again. Hello, Rema. That is a card for Rema. Once on each player's turn, after that player flips any coins for an attack, they might ignore results. Kabu. Alright, so we got a first supporter, Kabu. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 4 cards if you only have 1 Pokemon in play. Yeah, we had a conversation about it. It's a bad card. No one's gonna risk it. Like, no one's gonna risk having that. It's a bad card. Good for pre-release, bad for standard format. Old PC, flip 2 coins. If both are heads, put a card from discard pile into your hand. No. This is, again... Turn 2, still. Turn 2, you don't want to risk it. Why it's a bad card? Great question. So if you go second, right? This is the only way. And imagine this. What are the chances of you drawing that card in your first hand? Like, I know, Rema, don't worry. No, I know you meant computer. I'm talking to Easy now. You can go that, but this is kind of like a point of wait and see ammo. For wait and see ammo, at least you got ways to bring the tools, right? To bring items. But here you can have Pokegear. But like majority of the time, you're already gonna drop the Dene. Right? And again, if you're gonna go first and you're gonna try that thing, well, you might actually. Yeah, but then, you know, it's only for going second, and it's like. Pre-release, yes. Standard format, if you really want to do that, 1 copy. But like, don't overdo it. Yeah, like that. Cynthia is out of standard format when Crobat comes. Magnolia. So it's Dede, Crobat, Magnolia. That is the way. Until 8 is... but anyways, if you're not able to bench... Yeah, because like imagine you're gonna draw those 8, and what if in those 8s you'll have nothing? So that's a problem. Here, getting 2 heads, impossible. Let's move on. Pierce, search deck for energy card and a dark type Pokemon. Reveal them, put them into your hand. This definitely helps when you go with Eternatus. This really helps. And Eternatus needs something like that. But if we're talking about, you know, getting Mons, Sonia is here better for the job. Maybe for the later game, you know, definitely, but you know, Pokemon Breeder, choose up to 3 Pokemon in play. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon and put... Okay. Then shuffle your deck so you evolve it. I mean, it gives you, you know, special energy, that's true. I kind of forgot about that. So I can see this, you know, happening for the special dark type energy. If you really needed that free treat cost. But this is the thing that Rema is gonna love here. Pokemon Breeder nurturing, Jesus. New fossil looks great. Yeah, you can grab capture energy, you're right, like any special. Weakness guard, if you're afraid of weakness. That's true. You can go for that weakness guard, definitely. Rose, attach up to 2 energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon VMAX. Again, card that everyone thinks is going to be played in Eternatus. I would say this might actually be played in a few other VMAX decks. I think it's a card that is going to be great in Inteleon VMAX. It's going to be great in missing, like, I got a brain for it, right? In general, the cards that do need that energy for the VMAXs. So, great idea here. What do I have here? Rose Tower. Once during each player's turn, that player may draw cards until they have 3 in their hand. I don't know if you want to give that to your opponent. Depends on what you're facing. It might be good or bad. Spike Muff. That looks... Like for late, like this is for Eternatus. That's a late game. That's a late game type of deal. Not an early, definitely. Whenever a player's active Pokemon moves to the bench during their turn, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. This goes with Raja. So this is a Raja type of card here. Okay, we got here. This card is that has no weakness. And attacks do 30 more damage, so this might actually go to Zacians. Here's a card that's tier 1, and this is the card that you should have a playset of, because the playset is going to be almost in every single deck. True story. Flip a coin. I know it's flip a coin, but if heads, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your basic Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon GX. Again, great card, loving the card. Easily seeing it in many decks, especially the ones that you know that want to bring back energy, and a great counter towards mill decks if they're gonna mill your energy, right, or discard. And of course, this is for Zacian as well. This just comes to a Zacian. So like Zacian has a lot of good cards here. Yellowhorn, both active Pokemons are confused. Great. We go to special 3 energies, and that is it. Like, this is gonna be it. So first is fire type, plus 20 HP, dark type for each cost, and 20 more damage on colorless Pokemons. So honestly, this set is really good. Like, this set is really strong. We're gonna see now what Pre-release is gonna bring. But honestly, wait, let me just go to this. Yeah, there we go. But honestly, there are just so many cards that are overhyped that you have to have, you know, and keep that in consideration. Just, you know, be careful with the hype. Salamence V, yes, I already done that. Interesting card. I just don't see, again, I love spread deck, I just don't see a potential in spread deck right now. But we're gonna try this deck, and you know, hopefully this is gonna change my mind, definitely. So yeah, I think the set is solid. It was like 2-hour review, dudes. Imagine getting Gold Rillaboom and not being able to play it. There were things like that happening, right? Dragapult VMAX, and they didn't have Dragapult V. Yeah, like I know it has a VMAX, but like the VMAX deals 40 to each. There's this damage booster, like it can work. It's an interesting card. I see it with a welder, just you know, just to fuel it a lot faster. But like right now, for Salamence, Mew is still in the format, and a lot of people play that Mew, so it kind of shuts him down a bit, you know, in terms of bench sniping. And this is, you know, again, what deck you gonna face? Because Eternatus doesn't play Mew, so bench snipe on Eternatus is fantastic, dude. Like this is great. Roxy deck, I think with Roxy, you know, it can just be great for that. But like for other things, you know, people just. Exactly, right? So this is just, you know, what is going to be played, what matchup is going to be. I think this set is really solid. I think this is a better set than Rebel Clash in terms of cards. And I think they are doing a great job actually just, you know, giving us really well-balanced cards. That's what I think, honestly. So what do you think about the whole set? Leave a comment down there below.